So we want to, do you want to see if there's...
Hey, let's test. Is the sound live? Let us know. Just let us know with a thumbs up or we hear you, and we'll appreciate that. Thank you. Standing by.
Still saying, hey everyone, 555.
I don't know if there's anything. Hang on a sec. I'll be right back. I don't know if there's anything I need to do on this. Oh, we're live. Okay, we got it. We're going to start this over. Let's pretend like we're just starting over with the little rascals. So let's start way up there, do the whole thing over. Stand by. I got to get this clicked back in. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Little rascals in the house. 3, 2, 1, and action. Welcome back to Lady at the Immortal Deception Coffin Launch Preview. This is a campaign that's coming up in August 5th at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Your time will vary because Arizona has its very own special time. Right now, we are observing Pacific time, but that's not always the case, and I digress. So please feast your eyes on all the goodies that we are about to reveal to you. But before we do, you may be asking yourself, what the heck is Immortal Deception about? And we're going to show you some of the pages and tell you the story right now. High upon a mystical floating island, Lady Death finds herself caught in a battle between an evil clan of dragon riders and a deadly serpent-worshipping cult. To free a village of slaves, she must set one side against the other. Will Lady Death's sword match the serpent's fangs and the dragon's breath? Can her wits outsmart a warlord's blade and a witch's dark magic? Find out in this epic tale of monsters and mayhem. Oh yeah, and that's by the returning team. Brian Pulido and Mike McLean as writers, Diego Bernard as the illustrator extraordinaire, and Giuliano Paratelli as the colorist, and Marshall Dillon as the returning letterer. The letterer of all Coffin Comic stories to date. But I want to give you a little bit of an incentive to back our campaign on August 5th. And that is this offer that we're extending throughout the year of 2025. For the first 24 hours, all backers of physical claims will receive a free full-color challenge coin featuring the art of Dawn McTague and Kendrick Lim. And to let you know what that looks like, we have a sample. Feast your eyes on this goodness. There's the Dawn McTague side with our Latin phrase. There's the Kendrick Lim side with the English language version of it. And you'll notice these are very detailed. I actually saw one comment that I thought was interesting. Someone said, too much free stuff. How can that be possible? Well, your mileage may vary. I say on with the free stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the claims that we're offering on this campaign. First up, everybody, is the main premiere edition, which is 48 pages and square bound. It is a 48-page story, everybody. Cover by Diego Bernard. Next, we have the jeweled edition by Jay Anacleto. We even have the jewels on there. I mean, come on, that covers bananas. You'll notice, too, that Lady Death is wearing her classic costume introduced in the storyline from the 90s, Dragon Wars. And how that comes about in the story is something you're going to have to read to believe. Here is the naughty edition by Mirka Andolfo, everybody.
We got people very excited about the coin.
Okay, coin is what's up.
And KP, thank you. KP said he's finally able to start backing the coffin launches.
KP Heathen, I believe.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Here is a mock-up of the beautiful Ultra Foil edition. And we actually have the foil. You'll see, there it is in the breastplate, in the logo. Next up, the Holofoil edition by Mike DiBalfo. And the embossed metal edition by Dawn McTague, everybody.
Woo!
Now, next up, if you were to purchase all of these, we call that set the High Roller. And that High Roller comes with a bonus book. This edition that we call Radiant by Carla Cohn. We know there are a lot of people out there who like different types of editions, so I'm going to jump over here to our mystery envelope, which is set on its own. So check it out. Over here, you're going to see, for this campaign, the mystery envelope is limited to 900 envelopes, and I'm about to show them to you. But first up, first time only, there will be 50 randomly inserted, each unique editions from our vault.
Wow.
No repeat. It could be an Omega, a BP, an artist proof, a publisher file copy, a luxury foil, a glow-in-the-dark, metal editions, metallic editions, low serial numbers, and mock-ups, you name it. Here are the editions for the campaign. Ultra Rares, Monty Moore Pearl, limited to 25. Dawn McTague Immortal Pearl, limited to 25. Dragon's Bane Pearl by DeBalfo, limited to 25. Radiant Pearl, limited to 25. Those are some knockouts, everybody.
And Chad says, damn, Coffin bringing together the talent for these covers.
It's true. Next up, a Ryan Kincaid set, Naughty Altar and Naughty Altar Azure editions. These are limited to 50 apiece. Next up, the Maritime Tattoos by Matt Meerhoff, the Prestige edition, and the Naughty edition. Got to put some modesty stickers on that one. Going to probably have a lot of that modesty sticker coming up. All right, we have the Pleasure edition by Mickey O, now newly crowned a DC cover artist, and the Naughty version of the same image, each limited to 50. We have the Richard Ortiz editions. This one is called Pounce, and this one is called Savage Scythe, each limited to 50. We have the Bow and Arrow edition by Matt Meerhoff, and we have the Naughty of the same edition. And that is a cool edition, one of my many faves on this one. And then Marissa Pope brings the heat on the Claw edition and the Naughty Claw edition. Almost rounding out the campaign, we bring back the Casket editions, but with art by Diego Bernard, the art assassin himself, David Harrigan, Mike Chrome, and Mike DeBalfo. Rounding out our mystery envelopes is the Greek Goddess edition by Stephen Desario. So if you're a mystery envelope fan, hope you enjoy those. Next up, let's talk about some of our upper tier books. We have an upper tier called Mega Baller. It includes all of these editions plus the following. The Mirka Indalfo Metallic Jewel Edition. The Naughty Dragon Skull Edition. The Naughty Dragon's Bane Edition by Mike DeBalfo. And the Naughty World Bender. World Bender by Jamie Tyndall. World Bender is the name of this particular sword. This particular sword in this particular story is going to vex Lady Death for years to come. And you are going to see what we mean as the stories unfold. That sword is going to be one of her biggest regrets. Did I say that out loud?
Ooh.
Man, the possession of that sword, I'm just letting you know, it's bad news. Now, people in the past have enjoyed things like our Ultimate Edition and Legend Edition. And I am here to let you know that on this particular campaign, this is the last time we're offering it in this structure for the foreseeable future. So if it thrills and delights you, now's the time, because this is the last presentation in this particular format. That will include, oh, look at that's nice. That will include, we'll go over here first, the Ultimate Edition by Kendrick Lim.
People are very excited about the sword, honey. There's lots of sword comments.
Yeah, there's another picture of World Bender. I'm writing stories like years into the future in this World Bender. You'll see. Worldbender Naughty and Worldbender Naughty Virgin Art. That's on the Ultimate Edition, the Ultimate Legend Edition. And then rounding it out, we did bring back a classic legend, and that is the one and only Joe Jusko. And that is the trade dress, the Virgin Art, and the Noir. That is the Ultimate Legend. But that is not the highest tier. The highest tier is the Mega VIP, which includes all the comic book editions except for the mystery envelope and these following editions. The Dawn McTagg Pearl, limited to 15, I believe. The Naughty Pearl by Chrome. The Metal Legend by Jusko. The Naughty Ultimate Metallic. And the Naughty Glow in the Dark by Mirka and Dalfo. So that rounds out the comic book editions on Immortal Deception. This is a hefty campaign. We're only just starting. What I'd like to show you next, if I may, is some of the prints that are available on this campaign.
Matthew Stapleton not only says, hey, everybody, but he wants to know who did the initial design on the sword.
So the way the sword came about was this. Diego Bernard gets all the credit for the design. I gave him a written challenge, and he gave me about 6 or 7 different designs. I actually took the blade from one sword and the hilt from the other, made a couple of suggestions, and he pulled them together. I described to him the attributes of the sword, which I don't want to talk too much about, but will be very important for years to come. And he came up with Worldbender. So, big up to Diego, whose design work is always outrageous. Let's talk about some prints, everybody. And feel free to keep adding questions. That's perfectly fine. I love them. First up, we have our commemorative print, which will include serial numbers at the bottom middle. This commemorates this actual campaign. I believe this is the 50th or thereabouts. I don't even know how many campaigns we have. We have to count them again. And then this is the Naughty Edition by Mirka and Dalfo. And then this is the Ultimate print by the Ultimate Kendrick Lim print with the Worldbender sword.
So beautiful.
The Joe Jusko print, Joe Jusko Legend. What do I have back here? I have to familiarize myself. Ah, yes. Okay. Because you guys and gals out there demanded it, I'm going to come back to that one. So let's jump over here instead. I'm going to show you the Prestige print set, which includes Mike Chrome, Jay Anacleto, Jamie Tyndall. Do you guys like the costume? Mirka and Dalfo. And this is bigger than normal set, I admit. Dragon's Bane by Mike DiBalfo and the Dawn McTagg, and this is an extra large set. So there is the Radiant Edition by Carla Cohn.
Substitute Archangel says, love Bernard's art, especially the action scenes.
Diego Bernard is a phenomenally gifted talent. He is a natural. His action scenes are amazing. To get his pages in every day during the week is a delight. He is halfway through our upcoming Hell Witch Hexecutioner storyline, and the pages are amazing. This Hell Witch story takes place in the aftermath of the Helligeddon storyline, so it is very volatile because Hell Witch is in a very, very bad place. If you've read that story, you will know why. So the setting, the circumstances, what happens are very different for Hell Witch and very, never before seen. You'll have to read it. So here
Everybody is excited about the prints, the sheer amount, and I don't think you're done.
I'm still going with the prints. And I know I've actually finished the Hell Witch campaign, and there's going to be a lot of prints on that campaign because there's just so much great art. All right, next up, here is the Naughty series. Mike Chrome, Mike DiBalfo, Jamie Tyndall, Art Assassin David Harrigan, Ryan Kincaid, in Matt Meerhoff. Some real beauties on that one. Now, next up, let's discuss trading cards. If you're like me, I've been a non-sport trading card collector for the better part of 30, 40 years. I love selecting certain images to represent historically a given campaign, and these are the ones I've selected for this campaign. You're going to get right in there. This is the Prestige set. Mike Crome, Jay Anacleto, Jamie Tyndall, Mirka Indalfo, Mike DeBalfo, Dawn McTague. And then can we even show them? I guess we can. And then here's our naughty sets. Small enough. Mm-hmm. And you'll notice that, larger than average. I think these are 6-card sets. And then for the discerning trading card collector who wants to have everything, we do have the Ultimate set, which will include the Premier by Diego Bernard, the Ultimate by Kendrick, the Legend by Jusko, the Radiant, and the Ryan Kincaid.
So we're getting lots of comments about the Dragon Wars costume.
What kind of feedback do you guys and gals out there have for me on the Dragon Wars costume? You may or may not remember it from the past storyline. I would have to say that Immortal Deception is sort of a spiritual sequel to that story, and yet our entire story happens on this floating island.
The KP is saying, I'm getting a quantum leap feeling of all these places that Lady Death is jumping to.
There's a lot of jumping. First, we were in Savage Rain. Now we're here. A bigger question that we may or may not start dealing with is, why is this happening? What's going on? But, ladies and gentlemen, strap in for quite a wild ride because we have more adventures to come. Now, next up, we still have some beautiful imagery to show you. So please feast your eyes on the 24 by 36 Kendrick Lim poster. Coffin Comics does a line of posters. They're reasonably priced, I think at $25. And if you wrap your head around it, that's $25. It includes a free digital download, free US shipping, and free swag. So we do put them in tubes, and they're very thick tubes. So that's that piece.
And if you get it in the first 24 hours, you'll get a coin.
That's true. So, and whatever else we unveil. Next up is the fine art print by Joe Jusko, which we have named Outer Worldly. These are available they are limited to $99. They are $99, and they can be obviously signed, and they are printed on archival quality paper and archival quality inks. Next up, we are re-offering the Lady Death 2 patch set, which I happen to be wearing. This features the 6 front patches and the back patches, including artwork by Ryan Brown. A beautiful piece. Gosh, I'd love to have Ryan do some more pieces. Love his stuff. I'm just such a fan. But that's not all. How about apparel? Who is interested in some apparel?
Apparel.
Check out, first up, we have the Serenity t-shirt by Kendrick Lim. Beautiful black logo. They are unisex, size small to 4X. They are $29.99, I think, and there's an upcharge for 2X and above. And the art is very large. It's approximately 10 inches wide and 15 inches tall, and it features screen printing. However, we're figuring by the time we're shipping this campaign, probably December, January, let's say, that we need a hoodie. And because someone requested it, we're doing our first ever full color Lady Death hoodie.
Yeah.
We're calling this the Death Crew hoodie. It is also available sizes small to 4X. In the front, full color Lady Death Crew, art by Mike Crome. Back, a favorite piece of mine by Mike Crome. Colored by Ula Moss. Unisex design, everybody.
Full zip.
Full front zip. I'm like a front zip guy. That's why we do them all front zip. I don't like that's not for me. I like a zip. That's not all. On this campaign, we have rescheduled something very special. And please feast your eyes on the Jenny Frisson Goliath coin. This coin is offered in 3 iterations, but get a good close view of that coin. It comes in its own custom resealable packaging and its own stand. So for example, here's the finished coin. Here's what the back looks like. This kicks off a series we call Lady Death Masterworks, where we bring to life famous and gorgeous Lady Death cover work. It does come with the stand, and it's available in these editions. This is the silver, limited to 666 copies for $35. It is the copper that is limited to $299 and is $50. And then there is the gold, which is limited to $99 and is offered for $99. And I could bring that a little closer for your perusal.
Mr. Avocado says, gonna need an extra large box for all these needs on this campaign.
I think you will. I know this is like the budget busting campaign, but like this is like Lady Death campaigns of old where we just like make all this cool stuff and we have to get it to you. Now, because this is a beautiful image, let me show you that we're also offering the Jenny Frisson 11x17 print for fans, and because this is a beautiful event and an amazing image, we have a fine art print that we call Stoic, featuring Jenny Frisson's art, that is 18x24 and is offered, it's 99 copies, offered for $99. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. This is a presentation of Coffin Comics of our upcoming Lady Death Immortal Deception Coffin launch campaign. Couple more basics. This campaign launches August 5th at 6 p.m. Arizona time. All physical claims, aka rewards claims, come with a free digital download, all free unlocked swag, aka stretch goals, and free shipping inside the United States of America. That includes shipping, handling, and the Coffin Comics white glove fulfillment service. Are there any questions in conclusion?
Yes, Chad says there's a print behind you that needs to be revealed.
Chad, you are an eagle eye and you're right. So
and Matt Stapleton says there's a question mark behind you and it makes me nervous.
Well, we don't want you nervous, Mosh Pit Mike. Mosh Pit Matt.
Yeah.
So check it out, everybody. I'm going to bring this up here so you can see it. This is our official metal print for this campaign, the Carla Cone Radiant Edition.
Beautiful.
Limited to 50 because people have demanded a slightly higher print run due to fast sellouts. But this is a gorgeous image of Lady Death painted by Carla Cone. It's interesting. It features the sword Oblivion. And that maybe that the sword Oblivion, that's referring to like calmer times, more peaceful times. All I can tell you is the sword Worldbender is going to bring nothing but pain and sorrow. But it wouldn't be a Lady Death story if she wasn't cursed, because that's one of the keys. Do you remember the first page of Lady Death, The Reckoning? To know her story is to know a woman cursed, and that is a guiding principle in my storytelling. And you may think I'm torturing the character. I am, but I love her dearly, and she must face challenges and obstacles that are near insurmountable, because we know she will overcome, because that is her spirit of persistence. In conclusion, Francisca Pulido, are there any other comments?
Well, we've got Substitute Art Angel asking, would you consider selling a pack of those lollipops from the campaign on the main page site? And then Chad's like, that does look awesome on metal, which is true. Perfect metal print. Everybody's very excited. Matt says almost a Stephen Hughes homage.
Yes, you could see that. I could see that there is a like Lady Death #1 quality to that. The interesting thing is we did not ask that remotely in the prompt. We gave Carla a description, and we do allow a degree of space for the artists to come in and contribute how they see fit. So thank you, everybody. I want to thank you. There's one more.
Well, I love this. Samantha said, Lady Death must overcome challenges to grow.
Yes, Samantha, you're right. That's how we look at it. Lady Death must overcome challenges so she could grow. If you could imagine this, here we are in July of 2025. Mike McLean and I are right in the middle of the Lady Death story for August of 2026. And I got to tell you, we have wild and amazing places to take you. We are more excited than ever for the stories that we want to show you. And I hope that you could see our excitement in the work itself and the great assemblage of a talent that we've brought together. We are excited. We are on the eve of Comic-Con next week. This is just an amazing time. I want to thank you so much for watching this preview. If you like, tune in next week where I will be doing a Plan Your Pledge preview where we'll intimately go over everything on the campaign itself. In the meantime, I'd like to thank all of you for attending. And all I got to say is this. You've been great. I've been Brian Pulido. I'll holler at you later.